Welcome to the Arsenal Show. We are live, and it's the post-match reaction of Arsenal's 2-1 victory against FC Zurich in the UEFA Europa League. They start their campaign off with a bang. Well, it wasn't really a bang. It was more of a fizzle and a pop. Arsenal played well. Look, if you thought there would be any hangover after Manchester United game, there certainly wasn't. It was not the greatest of opposition in FC Zurich, but you can only beat what you've got in front of us, as we saw in the first 5 games of the Premier League this season. There was a few good performances. I'd say the majority of the team played really well. There was some standout performances, and we had 2 debutants in Marquinhos and Matt Turner. And in fact, Marquinhos coming in with an assist and a goal as well. So that was very impressive. I don't know if anyone remembers the Arsenal show we did, where I said that I see Marquinhos as the next Martinelli, just because of the trajectory that he's had, which is very similar to that of Martinelli, where Marquinhos came in as a long-term investment for Arsenal, someone who would potentially later on down the line be sort of working his way into the first team football. But because of his start in the under-21s, he's been fast-tracked, you could say. Whether would he have had these games anyway if Arsenal were to bring in that winger that they were trying to bring in before the transfer window shut? I don't know. But this has definitely given Mikel Arteta food for thought going forward, because he's going to have to use Marquinhos from now until January. And it's a really good opportunity to Marquinhos to either stamp down a position in the team and work his way into becoming the competition or backup for Bukayo Saka, or it could be a case of he has this first half of the season and then he goes out on loan going forward. But who knows? We will see. But yeah, to get a goal and an assist on your Arsenal debut is very, very, very impressive. All right, so I want to know what everyone's thinking right now about the game. What's your thoughts? Some people are quick to jump the gun on Matty Turner, even though the guy didn't even have anything to do today. Sometimes I'm baffled by Arsenal fans. I do feel like some of the fan base just want to be the first to say something and just want to be right, and will hold that thought process on a player. I don't know. It's just frustrating sometimes. It would just be nice to hear a bit of encouragement about some of our players rather than digging them out after seeing them in one game. All right, but we're not going to speak about the negatives. We're going to speak about the positives today. We've got Stephen and Marco. Can you see, Stephen? Do you know what? From the first time I read your comment, I was like, this guy knows what he's talking about. And especially when he agrees with me, I double down that I knows what he's talking about. Yeah. Stephen, go and check out the game against Man United under-21s and the second game against, I think it was Everton under-21s. Marquinhos is all over it. It's if he's not scoring or assisting, he's involved in all of the build-up. Like this guy is I think you're right. He's the real deal. He is the real deal. But let's get on to the player ratings before we go on. If you are watching on Twitter, people, come over to KS1 TV on YouTube and hit us up in the chat. Stephen's sitting there lonely. Oh, here he is, Johnny. Johnny's in the room. How you doing, Johnny? I've watched the youth games, goals and assists. He looks well. Yeah, no, he does, mate. He does. Good to see you, Johnny. What's your thoughts on the game? Let us know what you think. Come over if you are on Twitter, come over and join us in the comment section right now. I'm going to put the link. I'm going to put the link in the. I'm going to put the link in the chat or in the comment section of this one on Twitter. just so it will make it easier for everyone to come over. All right, we're going to go into the player ratings now. Okay, let's go to the player ratings. First of all, we're going to go to the player ratings. Here we go. Matty Turner makes his debut for Arsenal today. He didn't really have much to do. What I did like when I saw Matty Turner today is I liked his presence in the box. I liked his handling. And look, I'm not here to pick out things that Matty Turner didn't do. I'm not here to pick out, like, I don't know. I'm not here to be finicky about his performance. He didn't have much to do, and what he done, he dealt with. I don't think I can give him more than a 6 just because it was so quiet for him. The penalty he had no chance with. When it comes to penalties, I'm not going to start picking at goalkeepers for not saving penalties like that. That's just absolute nonsense. We've got Russ in here. Good to see you, Russ. Oh, Johnny. All right. Great minds there, Johnny. Great minds. What an incoherent mess that was. I mean, Russ, it weren't that bad, mate. Come on. Away in Switzerland, you take that. Look, they're not always going to be what 4-0, 5-0. Like this is it's not easy to go away from home in these European games. It's not like we're playing Dundalk or Sergo Rovers. We're playing FC Zurich, are an established European team. They've been in these European competitions for the last however many years. So yeah, I'm not dwelling too much on that. I thought there was some half decent performances. Kieran Tini, what's everyone's thoughts on Kieran Tini? Before we go on, if you are new, because I know there's some new people watching today, yeah, hit that subscribe button. I want to see at least 4 or 5 new subscribers today. Appreciate your support. And smash that like as well. I want to see plenty of likes smashing today as well. Come and join us in the comment section. Zurich a League One standard. They're not. They're just not. And even so, Russ, how many teams go to League One teams in a cup game and smash them? They just don't. It don't happen. Because these teams are putting everything, fighting tooth and nail. They're putting out their strongest team, and we're putting out players like that have not even played in the first team before. So yeah, I wouldn't. I think you're being harsh, mate. I definitely think you're being harsh. Kieran Tini. Now, this is one that I think you can be quite critical on. Look, I'm not going to dig Kieran Tini out too much because I think he's 3 games behind everyone else, and that's what it looks like. His passing needs to be tightened up because you're not going to get away with poor passing in this Arsenal team. It's just going to break up play, and it's going to frustrate us. And it's not. We need slick passing in our team. In moments, Kieran Tini looked okay. His crossing was okay. Just in general, a lot of okays. I'm going to give Kieran Tini a 5 because I think there's room for improvement with Kieran Tini at the moment. I'm not going to pick apart Kieran Tini's game based on Zinchenko's because I don't think that's fair. Because I think he's a completely different player to Zinchenko. So I'll base Kieran Tini's performance on what I see Kieran Tini's attributes are. And what I know he's good at, he wasn't great at today. So I think there's a lot of room for improvement on Kieran Tini's game. And it's going to be hard for him because Zinchenko's in the team and he's going to hold down that spot, I feel like. So, yeah. Kieran Tini gets a 5 for me today. Gabriel. Gabriel dealt with what he had to deal with today. Relatively quiet performance from Gabriel. Their team didn't really cause too much trouble. Is Gabriel worthy of a 7? I can't say that Zurich, and we conceded the goal, but it's a penalty, and it's Eddie and Kenny that gave away a penalty. Look, I'm going to give a 6, but it's not a harsh 6. This is just because he had an okay game, and Zurich didn't really trouble us. So yeah, I can't really give him more than that. Who else? We had Rob Holding, didn't we? Rob Holding. Nearly gave away a free kick at the end, which was never a free kick. which a little bit of reminded me of Odegaard's free kick, which was for the disallowed goal the other day, where it was very soft touch and the referee's blown up, but the player was offside, so it wasn't given anyway. Look, Holding, again, pretty half-decent performance. Again, I can't really give him more than a 6 because Zurich were no real trouble. What we got in here? Zinchenko didn't cover himself in glory in the Man United game, neither. No, he didn't, but Zinchenko was 2 games out. No, Johnny. He was 2 games out, and he looked like he was 2 games out. He looked like he was a bit rough around the edges. You give him Rob Holding a 7. Yeah, I mean, it's one of them. Look, it can go either way. My 6s today are probably the highest 6s I can give. I don't do like 0.5, 0.5. I don't really do high and low 6s, but if we're going to play that game, yeah, these weren't low 6s. These are high 6s, but it's just with the opposition, I can't really be dishing out 7s based on who we played against today. Tomiyasu, it was good to see Tomiyasu back. He's missing a bit of match sharpness, because what I did notice is that he wasn't. He's doing what Tomiyasu does, which is his stamina is unbelievable. We've seen him, especially last season, more up and down that flank, more overlapping, and I think that'll come with time. I think that he get back into the game, he get back to full match fitness, and he's not far away from that. It's a little bit like Kieran Tierney. I think he's 1 or 2 games off of being back to full fitness. But we've got to understand that these are 2 players that were out for a long part of the second half of the season last season, and Arteta's trying to bring him back in slowly. So I'm going to give Tomiyasu a 6 as well. What did the others give? Okay, we've got Johnny there with a 6 as well. Nice there, Johnny. Again, great minds thinking alike. Sambi Lokonga, central midfield. Sambi Lokonga. Him and Xhaka seem to be. I can't knock the 2 performances from Sambi and Xhaka, but I'll focus on Sambi at the moment. I really like how Sambi plays. He's not afraid to play those tricky balls. He's range of passing is very expansive. He's always making himself available. However, if you did notice towards the end of the game, there was a pass that he made, and I don't want to pick apart and say, "Oh, look, in the 75th minute, this was this pass," and that ain't good enough for Arsenal. We're Arsenal. I'm not on that. However, there was a pass that Lokonga made towards the end of the game, which was a very similar pass to the pass that he made against Manchester United, and they hit us on the counter-attack. I like players taking risks, but you have to take calculated risks. And there's sometimes where it feels like you're forcing the ball and you don't need to. And it was exactly the same position he was last week against Manchester United. He done the same thing against Zurich, and he hit us on the break. And I think it may have been the one that led to Rob Holding giving away a foul on the edge of the area, but it was offside. Those are going to be key moments in games. Like he's the main. When he's playing, he's going to be the main centre midfielder, like sitting deeper than Granit Xhaka. So he's going to essentially be that last line in midfield. If you're making those passes and they go astray and the team hits on the break, we're in trouble. So you need to be smarter there. Sambi. I like Sambi. I'm going to give Sambi a 7. I'm not going to penalise him too much on that, but I do want to see him be a bit cleaner with his passes in those situations there. Be aware of your surroundings. Look around the player that you're going to pass to. If there's 2 players around him, is that the pass you want to make? Think about it. But yeah, Sambi, I'm encouraged by the way he's been playing recently. Let me know what you think about Sambi Lokonga's performance today and recently since he's come in against Thomas Partey. I'm sure he'll be encouraged, and I'm sure Mikel Arteta will be encouraged by what he's seen. Granit Xhaka, I thought he was really good today. He's been good all season. good last season before, and he's carried on that. And I think he's getting better and better. He's always in and about everything at the moment. And I think he's embracing that as well. I think he's embracing the fans that have turned around and taken him in again. I think he's embracing that he's got responsibilities again at Arsenal, and I don't think he messed that up. So, yeah, I've been impressed with Granit Xhaka. Again, the opposition wasn't great today, but I think he deserves a 7 because he's just there. He's just about it. He is about it, and long may that continue. Here we go. Xhaka gets a high 7 from Johnny. We don't play that game, but oh no, he's flip reversed it. He's gone for the 8. Russ has said Xhaka 8. He carried the team. The Congo gets a 7 from Johnny as well. Now I'm going to stick to my 7. Fabio Vieira. Now I really like the look of this kid. When he came in against Manchester United, he looked sharp. He didn't look like he was intimidated by the crowd. He looked like he was intimidated by the occasion. And again, he's a player that likes to get on the ball. Great pass down the line for Eddie to set up that first goal for Marquinhos. Yeah, I'm gonna give Fabio Vieira a 7. There was moments in this game today where he just wasn't there. I think it was just the ball was getting passed around him sometimes. But look, for a debut, it's 3 debutants today, weren't it? For a debut, for his Arsenal debut, I'm going to give him a key pass, not the assist, but a key pass, and I'm going to give him a 7. I think he deserved that. I think there's not going to be much more than a 7 in today's scores, but I think there's going to be a couple of players that are going to get that. What's Vieira? Johnny says he gets a 7 as well. No, completely agree there, Johnny. Completely agree. Russ, what you giving Fabio Vieira today? Marquinhos. Let's whack lyrical about this kid, Marquinhos. I've just read something from Scouted, which says they did a report on him last year, and he's the fastest player in Brazil. They said this is the fastest player they've seen in years globally. And if anyone knows Scouted, you know that is a serious page. They're brilliant content with about all players across the globe, but a lot on youth players. So that they get the information on these players before people even know about these players, like us people know about these players. And if you've seen some of the reports from Brazil, they've said that the money that Arsenal paid for Marquinhos is absolutely criminal. Arsenal have got an absolute steal here from this kid. And from what I've seen at under 21 level and from what I saw today, I'm very impressed with this kid. Look, his debut for a 19-year-old, that assist to Eddie Nketiah, brilliant. That ball from Eddie Nketiah, brilliant. The run, if anyone saw, you saw the game, you saw the run from Marquinhos. How far behind was Marquinhos when Eddie had the ball? And he still managed to get in the box and put it away. For me, Marquinhos gets an 8. It's his debut. Long may it continue that he keeps putting in performances like this, because he's the kind of guy that it'll be a quiet game and he's going to bag you a brace and get you 2 assists as well. I have high hopes for this kid. I'm gonna stick my hat on this one. This kid is going to be a star, an absolute star. I'm very, very impressed by what I've seen so far. What's everyone's thoughts on Marquinhos? Thank you very much, Johnny. Johnny just doubled down in there. I'm Johnny. I'm not saying you're copying. I'm just saying you doubled down in what I say. For a debut, he looked completely comfortable. Exactly, and that's all. Look. A lot of youngsters, when they come in, and you may watch them in the youth team, and you think this kid is going to be serious. Then you watch them in the first team, and it usually goes one of 3 ways. Usually they either have a stinker, anyone that watches any of the other shows, we got Nathan Elton as part of the channel, and he says that what some youth players are told, is just pass into the game. So pass yourself into the game. So you may see a youth player and you think, oh, he's full of tricks, he's this, he's that. You want him to just take on players, like have that freedom to take on players and not care and not a care in the world. You know, that fearlessness, yeah? But some players will just get the ball and pass it short. Get the ball, pass it short. Get the ball, pass it. Because they're being told, if in doubt, pass yourself into the game. Now, Marquinhos didn't do that. He didn't do that. He absolutely rips it up from start to finish. So, yeah, very, very impressed. Gabriel Martinelli. Some quiet patches from Gabriel Martinelli. What I will say with Martinelli is this is a player that clearly just wants to play every single game. I'm guessing by Smith Rowe not being there, and he must have been injured. I'm sure, like what we say with Saka, Martinelli probably needs a rest. But yeah, like I said, he had moments today, and I think I'm going to give Martinelli a 6. Probably one of more of his quieter games, so I'm going to give Martinelli a 6. Eddie Nketiah. Now there can be much said about the penalty. For me, look, he wasn't aware of his surroundings. He's gone for a clearance and he's got his legs tangled up in the forwards. Was the forward being cute? Was he being smart? Maybe he was. It was definitely a pen. Do I think it's harsh to penalise Eddie based on him giving a pen? I mean, if it was a more important game and we was against harder opposition, we may not have been able to get back in the game. But what he did do, he got the goal that got us the winner. He got the assist. So Marquinhos with a goal and an assist for Eddie Nketiah, and Eddie Nketiah a goal and assist for Marquinhos. I'm going to give Eddie an 8. Just because, like, look, you got a goal and an assist. Yes, you gave away a penalty. But with Eddie, yeah, what was the stat that I saw, Eddie? Is it 19 goals in 42 starts or something like that? Like, this kid, he's a goal scorer. He's doing the business. He's putting the ball in the back of the net when he's being asked to. Yes, he comes on as a sub, and some people may get frustrated by, but it's not easy to come on as a game and get a goal. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with my 8 for Eddie. I think Johnny's gone for a 7 there. There we go. Johnny's gone for a 7, and you've gone for a 5 for Martinelli. Johnny, what's your thoughts on Martinelli today? Bit quiet, bit sloppy. What's your thoughts on it? There was a couple of other performances when they came on. Martin Odegaard. This guy can't help but look good because of his application, because of the way he plays. He's not like lethargic. He's always looking. He's like that. He's always looking for an entrance in. Like Odegaard, I love him. I'm going to give him a 6, but if he was on longer, I would have given him a 7 because he's just relentless. He's non-stop, looking for a gap, looking to attack, always forward thinking. This guy is going to be so key for Arsenal this season for doing well. If he get 10 goals and 10 assists, we're top 4. We're top 4, and I think he could do it. Yeah, I agree. Martinelli disappointed with the amount of non-productive play and poor efforts. Yeah, look. You know, that's fair. Who else we got? We got Mr. Zinny himself, or Zeno, whatever he wants to call himself, Zinchenko. Again, he's a player that look. He did, Johnny. You said that he didn't cover himself in glory against Man United. 2 games out. I think if Zinchenko starts the next game, maybe the following game after that, he may be back to full fitness, and I think he'll be sharp again. The Zinchenko that we saw in the first 3 or 4 games. So yeah, Zinchenko, I'll give him a 6. I really like Zinchenko. He's sharp. He doesn't just sit in that left back role. He tries to create options in that middle. He's such a good option. He's technically he's unbelievable. Yeah, got a lot of time for Zinchenko. Bukayo Saka came on. Actually caused him a little bit of trouble. Was again Bukayo Saka. Did he need to come on? I'm sure he was chomping at the bit to get on and chewing Mikel Arteta's ear, saying he wants to play. He had a couple of runs, but nothing really overly productive. Saka. Do I give him a 5 or do I give him a 6? 6 to be a 6 when you come as a sub in the space of time that he did. I'd probably need to see a bit more. So this is no slight on Saka's performance, but I just don't think he was on long enough to really create something. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, no, he wasn't involved in the goal, was he? So no. Saka gets a 5 from me. Gabriel Jesus. I think when he came on, it was a little bit more than Saka, but is it worthy of a 6? Is Jesus worthy of a 6? No, I think I'll give Jesus a 5. But again, it's not a harsh 5. It's not a harsh 5. I'm trying to think. There's a couple of bits that he did that were really nice, but I just don't know whether that's worthy of a 6. Now, I'm not going to beat myself up about it. I'm going to give him a 5, but this ain't being harsh, anyone. And I think that was it for subs. What did you give? Oh, you gave Jesus a 5 as well. I think that was it for subs, weren't it? That was it for subs. Overall, look, we ain't getting no more points for scoring more goals. We got the 2-1 victory away from home in Europa League, first leg, first game of the tournament, and we've got a victory. I'll take that. We've got Everton on the weekend, and we needed this victory tonight to dust ourselves off from the Man United game. Everton is not going to be an easy game. Look, I'm not a massive fan of Frank Lampard, but this Everton team just took points off of Liverpool. Now, I don't care how Liverpool are playing. To take points off of Liverpool, you've got to be in half decent shape. And they were up for that the other day, and that may give them a little bit of something to buoy them up against Arsenal. And I don't want that. I want us to be clinical, because what I worry about is, look, we saw in long parts of today's game, Arsenal had possession, they dominated the game, but they just weren't testing the keeper enough, for one, and two, they weren't putting away chances. They did that against Man United, and I've seen us last season do the same thing. Now, our excuses last season were the fact that we had Aubameyang that couldn't hit a barn door. We had Lacazette that was scared to get in the box. And now we've got Gabriel Jesus, who could do with getting in the box more. However, his overall play has been outstanding this season, so I'm not going to dig him out about that. But what Arsenal as a whole they need to do, they need to make sure they're being more ruthless. Ruthless is the name of the game in this league, and that's what they need to be. Man United were ruthless against us the other day. They probably had about three or four chances on goal, and they scored 3. That's where Arsenal need to be. Not hitting shankers, not having the goalkeeper pull off camera saves. We need to be clinical, and we need to create more chances. So, look, we're still early in the season. We're still one of the top goal scorers in the league. So, yeah, I'm not going to dig Arsenal out too much, or really. But, yeah, be ruthless, be clinical, and we're going to do well this season, because our play from open play has been very, very good. No matter what our position it is, it's been good, because it's not easy to go against teams that want to sit in deep, put the low block in. And we've got to answer to those. We've got to answer the questions. So, yeah, I'm happy with the results today. I'm not gonna moan about the fact that it was only 2-1 against a Zurich team. Johnny's saying, what's Johnny saying? It was a good game for everyone tonight, not too taxing, and the debutants got a run out. And I'd have to say, look, Turner didn't have much to do. I saw some comment online saying Matt Turner's terrible or something. I just don't. Sometimes I do feel like there's a few numpties in our fan bases. It's only a few. Because our fan base is unreal. Yeah, there's a few numpties in our fan base. Yeah, that feel like they need to make just statements. Like they want to make a bold statement and then they stick by it, and then they say something stupid like he has to prove me wrong. Like, who are you? So, yeah. Sorry, I shouldn't be speaking about the negativity online. But, Johnny, you're right. Got a good run out, not too taxing. And I thought 2 of our debutants were very good today. Fabio Vieira I was impressed with. And Marquinhos, I think we've got a star there in the making. I do think we need to pull the trigger more often, trying to walk the ball in the net too much. And, look, you've been an Arsenal fan for a very long time, Johnny. You know that's what Arsenal do. That's what Arsenal have been guilty of many a time in the past. It does feel like we're moving a little bit away from that and we're trying to hit some few long ranges, but sometimes we are trying to be too cute. We're trying to be too clever around that box. And I think just unleashing. There's a couple of times today, it was very crowded in the box. I noticed, I think there was Gabriel Jesus and Eddie tried to get in and around the players, but they had about 7 people in the box at times, which is never easy to break down. But you have to deal with that. You're going to get games where people are just going to throw 11 men behind the ball and you've got to break them down. So, yeah. All right. Before we go, please press that like and subscribe button. If you are new to the show, press that subscribe button and press the share button. Just press the copy link. That is all you need to do. Press the copy. If you want to share it to your Facebook, Twitter, anywhere else, feel free. I appreciate your support. But if you press that share button and press copy link, it sends a little one of them, a little bit of a shimmy to the algorithm, and it's like, okay, decent. This is getting shared by people. Must be good. And if you want us to grow, you want us to be one of the best Arsenal channels, it's not even an Arsenal channel, transfer channels, football channels around, make sure you share our content. Appreciate it. I will be doing a few competitions this season as well. I know I said I did last season, but now I've got a little bit of a budget. So those caught offside shows that we did brought us a little bit of a budget, people. And you've been along there with us as well. So we're going to do some competitions this year where all the subscribers have an opportunity to win a shirt. And if I can get it signed, I will do everything in my power to get it signed as well. All right. Thank you very much, Johnny. You're a legend. Always there, every single show. Appreciate your support, mate. That is all we have time for, unfortunately. Make sure... How many times do we copy it? Stephen, I know you copy it every show. That's how I know you copy it every show. Thank you for joining us today. Make sure you hit us up and check us out for the post-match reaction after the Everton game. It'll be straight on after the game, so do not miss it. Peace out, people. Oh, let me find the button. Stay safe. There it is. And wash your hands.